Welcome to the Psychic Pastry Chef, where two unlikely worlds merge. You may know me from my other YouTube channel, Pam Georgel, The Lucky Mermaid, where I post monthly and mid-monthly psychic tarot readings and psychic crystal readings, and also from the special psychic videos I record for my Vimeo On Demand channel. Here in these videos, I'm combining my 22 years of experience as a pastry chef with my 16 years of working as a psychic together to bring you great desserts, cakes, and pastries that you can make at home and impress your family and friends. And I'm going to give you psychic messages for your zodiac sign while doing so. Today, we're going to focus on Capricorn. I tuned into each of the zodiac signs and got messages to what types of desserts each of the signs like. And Capricorns, I hear you like anything that brings a thrill, contentment, and also comfort. You love chocolate desserts, chocolate layer cakes, good old-fashioned chocolate cakes such as red velvet cake, and also carrot cake and banana cake with cream cheese frosting. I also hear that Capricorns like desserts with a tropical flair that incorporate banana, coconut, pineapple, mango, and also delicious cheesecakes. So today for Capricorn, we're going to focus on peanut butter chocolate chip cheesecake. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. Okay, as I always say, if you've been watching my other Psychic Pastry Chef videos, you need to prepare your pan first. So you want a 9-inch springform pan, and I have greased it with butter, bottom and sides. And I'm preheating my oven to 350 degrees. So the first thing that we need to do is make the crust for the bottom of the cheesecake. Now, in this cheesecake, you can use chocolate, ground chocolate cookie crumbs if you'd like. I happen to have an abundance of graham cracker crumbs, so I'm using that. And this cake is going to have a chocolate ganache coating over the whole outside of it. So if you want extra chocolate, find plain chocolate cookies. You could use Oreos if you want. That's a little rich, but grind them up and add the melted butter. But if you're using graham cracker crumbs or the just regular chocolate graham crackers, you can find them. You want 2 cups. So 2 cups and 1 stick of melted butter. I don't want to add all the butter at once because sometimes it's too much. You want it to be the consistency of wet sand. Capricorns are going to be leading the charge about something in 2018. You may get singled out at your job for some important line of work or some important task. If you're a non-working Capricorn, you could be getting singled out in your family for some important task or job. I feel in the second quarter of the year and thereafter, you'll be making a lot of money, Capricorn. So this looks like a good money year for you. So this looks like it's about the right consistency. Also, Capricorns are going to be giving people a helping hand. You could be doing this with charity. You could be doing it with just helping people at your job or helping people in your family. But it does come up as giving people a helping hand. Okay, so this does seem to be a good consistency. You want it to be the consistency of wet beach sand. If you do not feel you have that, then just melt a little more butter and use unsalted butter. Sweet unsalted butter. So now I'm pouring the crust in the bottom, and you want to press it down with your hands. You're not going up the sides, although you could a little bit. Actually, I think I might just a tad up the sides. Aquarians may find that they need to bridge the gap in some kind of social situation. So Aquarians may be being a peacemaker this year, or you could find yourself in some social situations where there's people of like different genders, different races, or different opinions that may need you there in some manner that bridges the gap. Some of you may be finding your way aboard some kind of new situations for the Aquarians. This could be a new job, it could be a new living situation, it could be getting on board with like a new family situation, but something that you would need to be getting on board about comes up for the Aquarians. So I did go up the sides a little bit on this. If you just want the crust to go across the bottom, then maybe use 1 1/2 to 1 3/4 cups of the crumbs. I used 2 cups here, and I felt like that looked like it was a bit too much. So I did have it go up the sides a bit. I do feel that Aquarians are also going to have a good year with finances in 2018, and I feel it could be, it's in the second part of the year, could even happen sooner for some of you. So that looks good. Aquarians look pretty good with financial situations in the second half. So now I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to get going on the filling for this cheesecake. So as I always say, if you've listened to my other videos, it's always best to have your oven preheated at 350 and your ingredients should be room temperature. It makes them mix together much better than if you don't have them at room temperature. The eggs, the cream cheese, anytime you use butter, it's always best. Unless the recipe calls for it to be chilled. So next step is 12 ounces of cream cheese. And combine that with 1 cup of granulated sugar. And I'm using this mixer with a paddle. If you have a hand mixer, you could probably do it with that as well. Got to scrape it down. Especially in these types of mixers, the ingredients always seems to get around the little bump in the bottom of the center of the mixer. So you want to scrape that. Pisces may be entertaining a new love life or getting into partnership with someone in 2018. Don't take crap from anybody that maybe is insulting to you or puts you down in 2018. Always stand up for yourself or what you believe or your rights. Make sure that's happening. If anybody is critical of your work or something you've done or said, don't just roll over and take it, Pisces, in 2018. Make sure you stand up for yourself. Okay, now we're going to add the peanut butter to this recipe. I do feel that some of the Pisces may experience like a personality shift or change. Not that it's in a negative sense, maybe something like just changing in you. You know, we go through cycles. Sometimes the people say it's a 7-year cycle and then something changes. I feel you may be having some kind of shift. Maybe in what you like to eat or do, or just some kind of shift comes up here for the Pisces in 2018. So now I'm mixing in the peanut butter. Got to scrape it down again. I also feel that Pisces are going to be making a lasting impression on someone you meet in 2018. This could be a new love to you. It could be somebody that you are going to do work with, or could be anybody, somebody at school, if you're in school, a professor, could be somebody that's going to give you a leg up in your standing, give you an apprenticeship, anything like that. Okay, so now I'm going to add in the eggs one at a time. and this is 5 large eggs. Give the batter a chance to incorporate each egg before you add the next one. I feel that Aries are going to have some kind of review. It could be a job review. It could be, I don't know what other kind of review you could get. I guess a tax audit, but I didn't really feel like it was that. I get a review. And I also hear it's really good for Aries to keep everything out wide out in the open. So like if you've had any financial difficulties and you need to apply for a loan, or if you are working and there's been problems at the job and you're getting a review and you need to explain some things that have gone on, make sure you keep everything out wide out in the open, because anything hidden or secret may end up not working out for you if you choose that route. Okay, now I'm going to add the sour cream and the lemon juice. So it's half a cup of sour cream and 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Cheesecakes are one of the easiest things to make, really. It's, you know, pretty straightforward method usually. When I made this at several of the places I've worked over the years, a big catering business that had a lot of weddings and banquets and bat mitzvahs and bar mitzvahs and christenings and wedding receptions and all that, they loved the peanut butter cheesecake. Now when I made it there, I used to make it with the chocolate crumbs on the bottom, but it's just as good with the graham cracker crumbs, because like I said, we're going to cover this cheesecake in ganache, chocolate, like a chocolate coating. So it's really like that's even enough chocolate right there. But if you want that extra belt of chocolate, use the chocolate crumbs. So now I'm going to stir in the chocolate chips, and it's 1 cup of mini chocolate chips. But if you don't have mini, you can use regular size. Okay, that's all there is to it. Now I'm going to pour it in the pan and get it in the oven, which it's going to bake. Actually, it's a 325 degree oven for 55 to 60 minutes. So I actually need to lower the temperature of my oven. I do feel that Aries are going to be doing some things differently in 2018 with some kind of new panache or flair. So if you have a craft that you do or anything that you make, you may incorporate new ideas and new ways of doing it. It could be if you have a job that has any creativity to it, or even if it doesn't, you just may find a way to do something with some new creative flair for the Aries. You may also be launching some kind of a new business or project in summertime, in the summertime months. Now, I live in the United States, so summertime to me is June, July, and August. I feel that Tauruses are actually going to feel pretty good about themselves. I see many Tauruses feeling like, you know, this is, I feel 2018, I even feel this way that 2017 was also this way, but I really feel for many Tauruses, they're going to be feeling like life's going pretty well for them and feeling on top of the world. So that's positive. I'm happy for you Tauruses out there. That sounds like good news. Also, just a word of warning for the Tauruses, if somebody says something to you off the cuff that you feel like you kind of take like it might be an insult to you, let it roll off your back, because if you react to it, it may be you could be taking it wrong, or you may have the tendency to overreact about it. So you don't want to do that. just be cautious of that, Taurus. Okay, so now this is going to go in the oven for 55 to 60 minutes, and when it's done, I'll take it out and show you how to decorate it. Okay, now we're going to decorate this peanut butter chocolate chip cheesecake. So as you see, the crust goes up the side. Now, traditionally, when I made this all along, I always used one layer of crumbs on the bottom, but this time I brought it up the side. So you can either still cover the whole cake with ganache, or you can just cover the top. So I'm still going to cover this cake entirely with ganache, even though it has the crust going up the sides. Now, to get it off of the pan, I'm using a tart pan bottom, which if you watch my other videos, I swear by. So now I'm going to coat it with ganache. Now, ganache is equal parts of cream to chocolate. So you just want to cover the entire cake. Some of you Geminis may be looking to find a new partner or mate. Could be business partner, could be love. All right, so now I'm getting a paring knife and I'm going to get the excess chocolate off. Oops, no sliding. And also I feel the Geminis need to find some more balance between work and play. Comes up for 2018. Try not to look through validating yourself through other people. Okay, so now I'm going to stick this in the fridge for a couple minutes so the chocolate can set up, and then I'm going to finish decorating it the rest of the way. So I happen to have some leftover cream cheese frosting that I used in another recipe, and I'm going to make some peanut butter buttercream that I'm going to use in decorating some of this peanut butter cheesecake. So I'm going to mix this rest of this cream cheese icing. Now you could use, if you want to do it this way, you could go to the food store and buy some icing already made, or if you have a quick icing recipe, you don't have to make like an intense batch of buttercream to do this. This is just something you can whip up. If you don't want to do this, you can certainly just leave the cake covered in ganache. You do not have to, you know, fancy schmancy it up at all. It's going to be awesomely delicious regardless. And then you can make this the color that you like. If you like it darker, add more peanut butter, which I like it a little darker, so I'm going to do that. Cancers, if you feel like you're left out of anything in 2018, it's good for you to try to find ways to get yourself included. So if there's any like friends or gatherings or anything that are going on where you feel left out, try to find ways to get included. Some of you Cancers may be doing a lot of shopping in 2018, and you could be on the market for a new house or a new job, but I really feel like it's a new house. Could even be like a secondary home even. So now I'm going to get the cheesecake out of the fridge. Okay, so now we're going to decorate this chocolate chip peanut butter cheesecake. Leos, you may find that you're going through, if you're a working Leo, you could be going through some difficult times with some coworkers or some challenges in the workplace. So you may want to step away from them or step away from that job. So I'm just going to put a little border here around with graham cracker crumbs, just a little bit. You don't have to do this step. I do feel Leos are going to be invited to a gathering that's kind of important. Like it could be to do with politics or the head of your company that you work for. Just could be somebody's wedding. I see 2018 takes you to a big important gathering. And I do feel there's like, you know, important seating, like where you're sitting. See people asking you, how do you spell your name? So that comes up. Now that I've done that, I'm going to take this bottom and I'm going to move this to the platter I'm going to use for the cheesecake. And I also hear that that Virgos will be doing something different and stepping outside of the box and, in some way in 2018. So now I'm going to mark this off. I'm trying to figure out how. I think I'm going to do 12. I usually like to mark these off in 12, unless they're 10 inches. Then I like to do 16 slices. Virgos, you may find yourself parting company with somebody in 2018 that you found was like detrimental for your mental well-being or your health in some way. There might be somebody causing you a lot of stress or upheaval, and you may decide that friendship or relationship or partnership or whatever it was has been enough is enough. So some of you Virgos may find yourself saying goodbye to somebody that because they just weren't right for you. Now, I put this peanut butter, buttercream, or frosting in a pastry bag. So I'm going to draw a design on it. You can do whatever you want. I do see Virgos, like if you end something that's unhealthy, I feel a lot of you, it's leading towards a new, better, and more healthy relationship. Libras are going to be masterminding some like secret project or amazing plan of some sort. So your masterminding caps are going to be on at full blast, Libra. You may find out some like really enchanting information. It could be spiritual in nature. This could be just, because I get like a lot of fantasy, poetry, and enchantment around it. So you could actually be even creating a book or a TV series or something that would have fantasy connected to it. Because there's a lot of dreamlike quality going on around the Libras in 2018. Scorpios, the family, your family is going to be one of the things that matters to you the most, and you may be putting that up front and in front of other things, making family and family matters of most importance to you in 2018. You may be taking out a loan or a second mortgage or refinancing your home for some reason, also Scorpios. Sagittarius, I see you feeling like you're dealing with some people that are pulling you in different directions. It could be one particular person where you feel like this could be job related. It could be somebody that you work with on a daily basis or a business partnership. It could also be love. But whoever this is making you feel like you're getting pulled in different directions, like an emotional swing. Sagittarius may also feel like some cherished wish comes to them and gets granted out of the blue. So now I'm going to put a little border. Now, to be honest with you, I decorated this a little more than I normally would because I needed to get the messages out for all the different signs. You do not have to go to this extent This is a delicious cheesecake. People are going to be blown away. It's always popular. Anywhere that I worked and I made it, or any of the businesses I owned, it was a very popular cheesecake. Okay, now I'm going to cut into this bad boy over here. See what we think of this cheesecake. Oops. Doesn't that look yummy? So please remember to follow your passions in life, and then you'll know you're on your true path. Until next time. Thanks for watching The Psychic Pastry Chef. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in getting any of the special videos I've recorded for my Psychic Pastry Chef Vimeo On Demand channel with more recipes and psychic predictions for 2018 for each sign of the zodiac, you can access these videos for purchase by clicking on the link below this video, or you can go to my website, www.thepsychicpastrychef.com, and click on the Videos tab on my menu. If you're interested in scheduling a private psychic reading with me, or purchasing any of the special videos that I record monthly for each sign of the zodiac for my Lucky Mermaid Vimeo On Demand channel, you can access those videos for purchase by clicking on the Videos tab on my menu at www.theluckymermaid.com and go to my order page online scheduling calendar for booking new appointments, which reopens every 4 to 5 months. See you next month.